Is it over this cycle for ICP? Because we hit that $9 barrier. We said that that was a resistance. We said that that was an area that we were going to get a rejection. And that's exactly what happened. So we got rejected from $9. Indicators were overbought. We had plenty of signals that were saying now is not the time to buy ICP. You're going to get a second chance opportunity at lower levels if they hold as support. And that's the levels that we're going to be talking about today. So the one thing is we broke some barriers. We broke the 200, we broke the 50. We broke the kill zone, and then we broke the resistance accumulation barrier that we'd held for a long period of time. So things were looking good on ICP. We're pulling back. We're still putting in a higher low, but this level needs to hold. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in time to understand exactly why we expected it to hit this $9, why we expected a reaction, why it's important that we do hold a higher low, and why we've got the biggest support base to fall back on if we do lose the 61.8% retracement, which is the 200 daily moving average. Now, we look at altcoins collectively, and one thing that you can see, we look at ICP, you can see we're above the 200 moving average. The 200 moving average, $4.98 to $5. $5 is going to be a key psychological round number. We expect that to hold as support. But when we look at the other altcoins collectively, you can see Polkadot, there's the 200, below the 200, below the 50. What about Ondo? Below the 200, below the 50. ZBCN, below the 200, below the 50. NEAR, below the 200, below the 50. ICP, above the 50, above the 200. So that means where the other altcoins have got resistance barriers that they need to break through, ICP's already done that. And that we expect to hold back as support. So $5 for ICP is going to be a good, strong, round number that I expect to hold as strong support. We've got the 50 period moving up. That's at $4.34. And as that starts moving up, that's a faster paced moving average. As long as price action stays above these moving averages, we'll get a golden cross within the next couple of weeks. So remember, monitor this, follow the channel, hit the notification bell, because I'm going to be keeping you updated on ICP. Right, okay, so we've got $5.49. This 61.8% retracement, this is going to be a strong one because that's the golden zone. You've seen we've rejected that, and then we're retesting that, and then it's looking like we're going to reject that. So $4.98 to $5, that's going to be something that's likely to hit if we don't get, by the end of today, a close above $5.47. So if we don't get a close above $5.47, then we're expected to come back, test the $5 mark, but holding this 200 moving average is going to be the key for ICP in the short term. So we did understand that $9 was going to be a resistance. We did understand that we expected a pullback. We did understand that we would get a second chance opportunity. And we did understand, more importantly, $9 was not the time to buy, because $9 was resistance, $9 was overbought on both indicators, and that, my friends, is worst time to buy. Buying at resistance absolutely wrecks every one of us. So understand that once you break through the ceiling and hold that resistance as support, then you've got exactly the same price. However, you've got a higher probability because you're holding support. So that's what I'm looking for in the short term on ICP. $4.98, guys. We need to hold the $4.98. Remember, the rest of the altcoins collectively are pretty much under the 200. They're under the 50 moving averages. So holding this is going to be important. And I'm going to be doing the biggest macro update later on today. So make sure you do subscribe to the channel. And what do I mean by the biggest macro update? People are saying, is it the end of the bull market? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the bull case and the bear case, and why I think collectively this year is going to be a late rally, because the conditions are different to 2021. The conditions are different to 2017. So make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.